Everybody out there, my name is Brittany, and this is my YouTube channel, Living Abundantly 360. And what I'm going to discuss with you today is my story, my journey as to what brought me into having a plant-based diet. At first, I was calling it straight vegan. I didn't even know anything about plant-based, what it meant to be plant-based or anything like that. I just knew that I was being vegan or going vegan. That's jumping ahead, but let me go back. I'm going to give you the backstory of how my body prepared me to become vegan, and I didn't even know it. It was 2007. Before I had my child, I have one child. He's 7 years old. So 2007, I was just living life, single, turning up, eating a regular standard American diet, a lot of salt, a lot of sugar, mixed with a lot of liquor, things like that. Okay, I had to pause for a second. I hope I'm picking up right where I left off, but I believe I was on the part where about the American diet, just salt, sugar, liquor, single, I know how to cook very well, so our diet, soul food, you got the heavy starches, you got the fried foods, you got the gravy, you know what I'm saying? So I was just eating, had no idea. One day I'm at the gym with a guy friend of mine at the time, and we're working out. We going real hard. It was about 30 minutes into the workout, and he looked at me and like something was wrong with me, and I felt a little bit different. I felt like my face was how can I describe it? Like it was so dry and ashy. Like every time I went like this, I felt like my face was about to like break open. So he was like, "Girl, what's wrong with you? You got all kind of bumps on your body." I said, "What? Shut up." So I was on the elliptical. I hop off the machine and I go look in the full body mirror, and you would not believe, honey, I looked at like a ghost. I mean, I had bumps all on my body. It was like extremely gross. And I was freaked out because it had never happened for one. 2007, I was 23-ish, I want to say. Because I know I turned 21, 2005. See, look, I'm not about to do no math today. But I was around 23-ish years old when that happened. So anyway, yeah. Sipping on some burdock tea. I'm recording this video. I digress for a moment. I'm recording this video September 1st. My new journey. Day one, cleansing my body. I am drinking burdock root tea, and I'm going to be having water and tea off and on all day today. So I will be taking my sips of my tea as I take you guys on my journey as what led me to where I am at today. So anyway, yeah, so I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, oh my God, something ain't right. I'm young. I'm freaking out. Like, what's going on? I worked in the nursing field. I was a CNA. So I'm like, did somebody get something on me? What's going on? Yada, yada. Immediately, I stopped working out. He rubbed me down, like touched me and talking about, dang, what is this? All had me nervous. I ain't never seen this. I'm like, me neither. So I go home, I take a shower, it goes away, and then for like a day or two, I'm kind of like, dang, what's wrong with me? I don't want to get too hot. I'm at work switching sections with someone, giving them my harder section because I knew I was going to be sweating profusively, and I was like, I don't want to be sweating because I just had this breakout. It like affected my life for a good 48 to, I want to say, 72 hours. But then it left and never came back, and that was in 2007. So it was like a one-time thing, I thought. So I continued living my life, being a CNA, working, cooking good meals, drinking good liquor, having a good time. You know what you do at that age, just living life. So then time went on. Time went all the way on. And it wasn't until around years later, I had my son in 2010. In 2010, June. It wasn't until October 2011 I had my second breakout that I can recall. I don't know if I'm blocking it out or I had many breakouts or anything like that, but I don't remember in that time frame of 2007 to 2011 of me breaking out, or where it was that bad where I was all just white, gray, looking like a ghost, and bumps was all on my body. It had never happened like that again until 2011. And what's about to freak you out is that it happened again at the gym, where I was literally going my hardest to make my body sweat, to burn fat, because I had a son. I had got like semi big, but not too big, but I was always a smaller person, so I was trying to get down to like that smaller weight back when I was like 2007, around that a little bit. But I'm at the gym and I'm like going hard again on the elliptical, because that's all I really used to do, because I was all about glutes and legs. But I'm on the elliptical just going, and I just feel myself like, Brittany, your roots is on fire. Like, it felt like somebody left a perm on your hair too long. And I'm using this as an example because that's the best way that I can describe it. It was like my roots was on fire, and then my gut was like like somebody just lit a lighter in my stomach, and I was like, oh my God, something's not right. So I get off, I go to the back, I look at my body, bumps everywhere. Excuse me, bumps all over my body. I'm like, oh shit, it's happening again. Like, it just instantly hit me like back 2007. So I got kind of worried because they were bad. Like, the way they came, they were really bad. So I stopped working out again, and I cooled down, and I'm like, dang, what's going on with me? So I left the gym, and this is crazy. I left the gym. The gym was in the parking lot with a McDonald's. I left and got a damn double cheeseburger and some fries and a shake, and I'm just sitting here eating this burger and fries and stuff, driving home, like, in my body, crying, because like I was going through it. Like, it felt how it looked. It felt ugly. It looked ugly. It just would have me all disheveled, all discombobulated, just ugh. And I'm just eating this food. And I said that because that's going to like tie in to the story very heavy. You'll see here in a minute. But like, so I'm driving home, and I get home, I relax, I'm wondering what's going on. I'm being a mother to my son, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And that, I guess, was like the start of, I need to pay attention to what's going on with my body. Because from there on out, it began to happen every time I got warm. At work, when it was winter time outside, like I said, I was still a CNA years later, and I would wear like scrubs with a thermal underneath, but I would be so hot and cold because my body was just like all just internally messed up. So anytime I would go from cold to hot in a minute. Bumps would come, I would have to go cool down, like just take deep breaths, everything to try to just get my body back to where it was like right before I started breaking out. So it was like, okay, I can't work out, getting hot at work, in the kitchen sometimes while I was cooking, winter time, even being outside in the snow, but having on a heavy coat, a hat, gloves, scarves, everything seemed to, anything that made me hot and like, it just made me flustered, and then it would just start immediately. I would have to like literally talk myself down, like, okay, you're not hot, you're fine. It just began to be weird, but I didn't know what was going on in my body. I just knew I was having like some type of heat rash on my body. So that was in 2011, and that happened for a while. Some people kept saying, oh, you got heat rashes, just take an antihistamine, that's all you need to do. So I was taking, the most common over-the-counter antihistamine, and it would work temporarily, but I guess it must have died down again, and it wasn't to the point where it was like bothering me so bad, because I hadn't went to the doctor again. Like I said, I worked in the nursing field, so I took the opinion of a lot of nurses, and I trusted them. I took my antihistamine every once in a while, and so it was kind of fine. It just really happened when I would get kind of warm, and then that's that part. Now, stay tuned for part 2 of my journey of how my body turned me vegan without me even knowing it. Living Abundantly 360, I will return.